In today's episode of Willful, we spoke with Mark Challen, an arts and culture historian, illustrator, and a Van Gogh with Copic markers. You can watch and listen to Mark in action at stylecooler.com. Making any career pivot requires foresight and planning. Did you save up your pennies for this big change?
Listen, now that I'm not making a cent, right? So I mean, one of the things about leaving is I didn't really have much of a safety net. I mean, I did save up some money, and when my father did pass away, I was given a bit of cash. So basically, I did the numbers and thought I'm going to be fine for 2 years,
Okay.
which is not a long time. And with startup costs from a company, you know that you've got to have lots of expenses. So at first, when people asked me, would you do an illustration? I thought, well, you want me to do an illustration? I'm not good enough. So it took a lot of convincing from my friends to say, you actually are good enough. I'd like you to create something. And what a great illustration was a friend of mine named Amy Rosen. She's a great food writer. She worked at House & Home as our food editor. She was opening up a cinnamon buns bakery.
Yes.
Cinnamon buns. I mean, can you imagine?
Yes.
And she had seen my illustrations on Instagram, and one in particular I had done of Barbra Streisand in profile, and she said, would you like to do an illustration of Barbara for my bakery? And I said, you've got to be kidding. No, I don't think people want to see this when they come in. And she convinced me otherwise. So that kind of began my journey as an illustrator for hire.
Wow. And tell our viewers, we're going to flash up a picture of it,
Yeah.
but tell our viewers how you portrayed her for the Cinnamon Bun Shop.
Well, here's where my art history came in. Barbra Streisand had posed for a very famous photograph with Cecil Beaton. You know, the famous photographer. And it was, classic Barbara in the 70s. She was done up like Madame Recamier, lying on a settee with her hair all done up in these curled tendrils, very much like a young Marie Antoinette. And we were just doing a bit of brainstorming, Amy and I and my friend Dana, and we said, well, what if Barbara's hair became like cinnamon buns? Because this is a Jewish bakery. So Barbara, of course, is a big icon for Jews and myself. And so I think the idea of surrealism in art really appeals to me. So why can't a woman have cinnamon buns for hair?
Right.
So we kind of played off of that. And I did a meticulous illustration, which actually, it looks like it was gestural and maybe took me an hour, but it took me days to get the proportions right.
Yes.
And we blew it up into a 4x6 canvas, and I think it looks okay.
It really does. Nice. You're a well-known style and design expert, but now you're focused on being an arts and cultural historian. Why is that important to you?